Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, SWGOH, and we are 13 weeks into our perfect farming path for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes free to play. 13 weeks. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things in the account, where we sit, the things we're farming. I want to talk about the shops a little bit and things I'm looking at in the shops and how our sharding is going. And then when we get done with it all, we're going to see my first run at normal Conquest with the Padawan Obi-Wan, or somebody called him Pomi today in chat. Poby with the Pobicron. Anyway, in normal Conquest, my first time on this account. A lot of things going on today. Let's jump into it. Week 13. I'm a couple days late just because I had a vacation. I might even bump next week one more day to get this start to fall. We'll start doing this on Wednesdays to replace the old Nooch Vader account, because that's no longer getting weekly updates at the stage of account that is. All right, so here we are on the Nooch 2 Perfect account. Before we look at what I'm doing in the shops, I think it'd be really important to look at where we are on the roster. I took Bosk to Gear 12 this week. That was really important to me to get that done as my first Gear 12 on the roster, to try to help my fleets. My fleets are doing well, but not quite. I can't quite get over the final hump of those final, like, 3 ship nodes, and I need to, because I got to get that punishing one farm. I'll show you that briefly here today. As far as my current gearing that I'm working on, I am working on gearing Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. I probably should have held off a little bit. Padawan Obi-Wan's almost ready for Gear 12, although I need some of that, and I need some of these as well. I might have handicapped myself a little bit, because this coming Saturday is going to be the Forest Moon Assault Battle. And we have min-maxed that in the past with like a Gear 12 Veers, or a Gear 11 Veers maybe, I don't remember. Gear 12 Veers, everybody else was Purple Gear, and Garsax and Imperial Super Commando. Now I'm going to try going into this with Imperial Super Commando right here, level 85, Gear 1. I've got this ability. The first time Imperial Super Commando or Gar Saxon would be defeated, they gain damage immunity for 2 turns instead. There are no buff clearers in the Ewok. You don't have, well, Tebow I guess does eventually, but you can keep up with that. There's just no buff clearing going on. I think we're going to do some serious min-maxing with some low-level Imperial Super Commando and Gar Saxon. Join me on Saturday for that. We're going to have some good times. I'll need to save up some gear so that I can upgrade Veers and Piet if I need to. That's going to be there. One thing of note, and we'll talk about this when we get to the shops. These Mark V furnaces, I'm not seeing a lot of them, and they're usually available with that Prestige, not the Prestige, the Squad Arena currency, but we'll have to save out some of this gear. I'm a little bit handicapped right now, and I'm a little bit behind in gear. You guys know that I've been holding myself back on gear so we can do all these min-maxes. We're getting to the end of a lot of the min-max assault battles when we really look at it. When we look at doing the Imperial Troopers on Rebel Roundup and Forest Moon, getting to at least Challenge Tier 1 and then pushing for Challenge Tier 3 on Forest Moon, and even Challenge Tier 2 on Rebel Roundup, just to get ourselves some income there. Our Phoenix are looking in pretty good shape to go through Challenge Tier 1. I think I did do Challenge Tier 1 on Military Might. And we were close on Secrets and Shadows, not Secrets and Shadows, yeah, Secrets and Shadows. So those 4 assault battles are rounding out. Our Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon are going to be relics soon. Get them to Relic 7 for that assault battle. And that is all the kind of the base assault battles we're looking at here early on in the game, getting to Challenge Tier 1 of those, and then really pushing our way into the Executor farm from there, and then circling back around for the other assault battles after that, like Peridia Pals, the Revans. We're going to do Treya first on this roster, so some stuff like that. So I'm really trying to dial in on that Executor farming right now, but we missed a raid, and I don't mean missed. We actually played the new raid, the Order 66 raid, and my guild did not get a crate. So right now we've already got a crate, so we're already better off than we were in the Order 66 raid, but I'm all for it. You guys, you know me, I'm like, if you can move forward, move forward. What's the worst that happens? You lose a week of a raid. We took a shot at it. We weren't ready for it, and that's okay. That's okay. We learned a lesson. So now we go and do speeder bike a while we farm up for the Order 66 raid. Where am I sitting with that raid? Not in a great spot. Where are we here? In fact, what I need to look at doing What I need to look at doing is gearing up Grand Moff Tarkin to like gear 12 so that I can do at least one tier with Grand Moff Tarkin. So that's in the offing for me as well. Another place that I could farm a couple of these characters for the raid is in the shops. Now I want to talk about the shops from top to bottom to discuss what I'm doing there, because it kind of reflects where I am in my farming journey here at 13 weeks. So featured shipment is always these four and nothing else. Weekly shipment, not touching except for these Omegas, but again, we missed a raid last week, so I don't have the currency to get these Omegas, unfortunately. Episode shipment, I'm holding up. I do have Wampa at like 5 stars. I don't have her activated. I don't have an Omicron for her. I'm not ready to buy any of these yet. We're not going into it yet. I'm always making sure to grab my Kyratex and my Omegas here with this. We're resetting in 11 hours, so I'm just waiting. Not really grabbing a lot of Omicrons, because if I could grab them right now, that would put me behind for next round, because I really do believe that the Kyratex and the Omegas are more important at this stage of the game. And I have my one Omicron on Padawan, Obi-Wan. Again, stay tuned. After credits, our first run at normal Conquest with Padawan, Obi-Wan. Now here's where I've got some question marks. Because I could start farming Kit Fisto and Jedi Knight Guardian here to run them in the Order 66 raid. However, what I am learning on my main account is that even when these characters are relicked, the first tier of that raid is, they don't do very well in it. They're not very good in the raid. Now maybe I'm missing something and there's some kind of special, they're just not very good in the raid. So I will do them eventually, maybe as the raid ages a little bit. Right now I want to get Ahsoka done in the Cantina shop. And as we go through these, I'm going to go back to my roster in a second and kind of talk about how we're sharding ahead of time for stuff, including Qui-Gon Jinn, Omicron, the Poncho Bros, Ahsoka, and Anakin, which will be a really good Grand Arena team for us early on. We are farming. We always buy these Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods, because we know that they get Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods. My scavenger shop's not open yet, but when it does, when I get a relic character, we start getting relic gear with those as well. Let me go back in the shop. Sorry about that. Got distracted. That one always takes me off. I end up going off directions, but I have no other real currency to spend here. Squad Arena is another place. I've got Kanan farmed. I've got Mace Windu farmed. I've got Tarkin farmed. I've got Savage Press fully farmed. I've got IG-88 fully farmed. I could again farm Eth Koth. He's just not very good in the raid. And so I'm grabbing gear in here. And I've been wanting to see some Mark V furnaces right here, because I need a bunch of those, but they're not showing up very often. So this is not that's a pretty easy piece to get your hands on. Like I could farm that with about 8 farms in regular, really easily if I could farm that. So I'm not going to buy that. It's not a bad buy, though, but I'm trying to get some Mark V furnaces in here. I'm buying gear in here. Prestige would not be a bad investment either, but I got to get the characters geared up, and then we'll get some Prestige farms so we can get that on our Executor when we get the Executor unlocked here, I don't know, 4 months down the road. Galactic War, I'm spending that on this node, which right here, not on this ship, but I'm spending it on Imperial TIE Fighter and the TIE Advanced. I'm not spending on TIE Bomber right now because I'm farming Queel, because I got to have Beskar Mando farm, right? Queel, Cara Dune, Grieve Karga, IG-11, and the Mandalorian. So I'm farming Queel, and on Queel's node, TIE Bomber. So I'm not buying TIE Bomber here right now. I am buying Geo Soldier Starfighter, and I'm finishing up Mando to 7 stars. There's some trade-off here, and I do feel like I could plan it out a little bit better, where I hold off on character shards, I get the ship shards. I could be a little more efficient here. I'm just a guy, I like to get all the characters sharded that I want to upgrade, and then get to upgrading them. That's kind of how I look at it. Right, wrong, and different, that's what I do. You don't buy any of these. You are not ready to buy mods when you've only got, you need 100 million credits before you think about buying mods in here. Just trust me. And I need like 3,200 of the fleet arena currency before I'm going to go buy Zetas with them, because I need to save some spots for when Razor Crest shows up here and Grievous here. So not buying this Zeta right yet. I'm not doing anything else in here now. I got Geospy farmed up. You can only get him in this shop. I'm not farming any other ships right now, so it's Zetas, it's Razor Crest, and it's Grievous there. I'm kind of sitting on a bunch of Get One currency right now. I could like work on Jabba when it's less than 15 shards, but you know, I mean, I'm getting that okay with Mark 1 currency when we get raid currency. So I'm doing other stuff. I do want to stay in this range right here. I don't want to drop down and get this purple gear stuff. I don't want to I don't want to spend this currency on purple gear. I want it to be, I mean, this is purple and that Mark 5, that's not good. No, actually this, okay. These are Gear 12 finisher pieces. These are Gear 12 finisher pieces, so I do want to farm those. I don't want to farm this stuff that's not worth it. Stay up in here in this range. And I'm trying to save, Malevolence is going to be slow for me. We'll get that over time. This is just Chirotex. Don't buy anything else in there. Shard Shop has not been a lot for me. I've not come by a lot of Shard Shop currency, and the rest I'm not really doing a lot of. So that kind of drives my farming. As far as farming characters, like I said, I'm really sharded up heavily on most of these characters. I'm about to get Range Trooper done for the Assault Battle. Grief Karga, Cara Dune, Queel are daily farms. The reason I'm doing Grief Karga by the node rather than getting him in Galactic War Store, which I got him activated to, what is he at, 5 stars? I got him to 5 stars in the Galactic War Store just because I needed that for the credit heist. So I got that done, then I stopped because I need IG-11 and he's on that node. So I gotta farm IG-11 here, so why would I keep grabbing Grief over here when I gotta farm him anyway? Same thing like I mentioned a moment ago, when you're farming Queel, because you need those characters for Beskar Mando, on his node is TIE Bomber, so why would I be grabbing TIE Bomber in the Galactic War Store as well? Cara Dune, etc. And then we got these guys down here. These are not 3 characters I'm farming. These are 3 ships that I'm farming. There is your Xanadu Blood. There is your IG-2000. And there is your Houndstooth. Once I get through Challenge Tier, I think I'll be as deep as I need to be into the Assault Battles by the end of the month, except I may need to get some relics on Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan, and that'll be all. Once I get as deep as I need to be in the Assault Battles, I'm gonna seriously pare down gearing or upgrading any other characters other than the ones I need to go get Executor. I want to be ready here. So if we look at these ships, Houndstooth is my slowest one. I need to get another 21 shards here, then 185 shards. So that is 206 shards. I'm getting about, I'm going to say 1.5 to 2 a day, 1.75. Let me say 2 a day. How many did I say? 201, 2 a day. I've got, I'm going to say 110 days left. That's 3.5. I've got 3.5 months left. I have 3.5 months until I have all these ships at 7 stars. I got Beskar Mando unlocked for Razor Crest. 3.5 months. And let's look at my Razor Crest here. Oh, look, I can upgrade Slave 1. I didn't know. That's going to actually help a lot. That's going to be a nice little ad for me. Okay. That might help me get through those nodes at the end. Where am I? Razor Crest, well, I can't activate it yet. So I've got 120 out of 145 shards I've got of Razor Crest I've been grabbing in the Fleet Arena shop. So 3.5 months. Where does that put us? September, October, November, mid-November, right around Thanksgiving-ish. We should be pushing our way toward the Executor. That's just 6 months free to play. That was not possible. I always called this a 9-month farm. That's part of the reason I want to do this, to see how long it takes to really rush to the Executor while also getting your Assault Battle farming up and running. So that's part of the reason I took Boss. I didn't mention that, but part of the reason I took Boss to Gear 12 also as my first Gear 12. He is part of that Executor farm. So while I'm working, for him for the Houndstooth and making my fleets better, I'm also working on my Executor. That's double tasking with my Executor farm. I'm saving that second Zeta. I think I may need to add that to Piet here for the Forest Moon Assault Battle. We will see. I think I'm probably getting some days. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I need to add that for that Assault Battle. We're really going to min-max that coming up this weekend. Unfortunately, I won't have enough gear. Although I will be out of that out of that raid by time, so I should be able to get enough gear to do some upgrades on Range Trooper. It's all Carbantes. It's all Carbantes. We should be able to get them all to like Gear 8 Well, Piet's already Gear 8. Gear 8, Gear 9. Maybe Veers would be the first Zeta I'd want to add, actually. Recover 10% protection whenever an enemy is defeated. That's actually a big deal for that assault battle. 20% offense up chance and 60% turn meter gain chance when you defeat an enemy. So that might be my next Zeta I add, but we're gonna go in without adding it, hold it for the Forest Moon assault battle. So that's the plan. Get these assault battles to challenge tier 1, Forest Moon, Rebel Roundup with our Imperial Troopers, Military Might, Military Might, Secrets of Shadows with our Phoenix, challenge tier 1 on all those, get our Poncho Bros up to Relic 7 for the Duel of the Fates assault battle, and then it's all in on the Executor, while keeping in the back of our mind our next Omicrons for either Qui-Gon Jinn, where is he? There, Qui-Gon Jinn, with, you have that team would be Qui-Gon Jinn, Jedi Anakin, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan, and then either Grandmaster Yoda, Mace Windu, Ahsoka. We'll figure that out as we go. I'm getting holds with that in Bronzy right now, so that's a really good Grand Arena team when you get that Omicron and Qui-Gon Jinn, and or the Wampa Omicron. Those will be my next two Omicrons. Then we'll get the, so that's where we are. Getting everything sharded up for all those farms, after which we'll get I want to get exec. You got it, right? Challenge tier 1 on those 4 assault battles. Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon to Relic 7. Then all in on Executor. That's where we stand right now on the account. And I'm planning and hoping 3 months from now, which would be at basically 6 to 6.5 months, we can maybe get Executor unlocked for you guys, free to play. That would be astounding. That'd be without even being in like a big giant endgame guild. Astounding that. We'll see. We'll see. May end up being December. We'll play it by ear as we go. That's where we are on the roster right now. What else did I want to talk about here? Sharding, yes. Yes, we got that. I think we talked about everything. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. So guys, hey, stay tuned. After these credits here, I'm gonna go play my first round of normal Conquest. I hope you enjoy it. Getting ready for Executor. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good. All right, let's do some Conquest here, guys. Now, I don't have a good Galactic Republic leader yet, so it's going to limit me a little bit. I guess I can put Mace Windu out there, or maybe Anakin. I don't know. We'll see. We will be able to get Padme on this account as a leader for my Galactic Republic. That'll be a really good team with Padme leading the Poncho Bros. Once they get relicked in Conquest, that's going to be an easy blow through right there. So let's see how we can do here. First time playing normal Conquest. Give me something good. Give me the supports. Ugh, that doesn't really help. You can cost them turn meter. Not really excited about that, but okay. All right. Really wanted to get. Hey, you guys know that. I wanted that support. Oh, I can't remember what it was called, but anyway. All right, let's go. I never look at this stuff. The feats, by the way, with where I am in the game, I'm not concerned with the feats. I just want to get through as many nodes as I can to get as much stuff as I can. So let's do it right out of the gate. Bureau Troopers aren't good against Hux anyway, by the way, because when he has an advantage, nobody gains turn meter. And guess what? I need turn meter gain with those troopers. So let's pull up our Galactic Republic. Maybe we do this. This is kind of nice. I gotta say, I gotta give a compliment here. The fact that I can add all these right off the bat, that's kind of nice. So, I don't need the rest of them upgraded. I'm gonna hold off on upgrading the rest of them. So at least what we'll do is give our Jedi allies 25 speed. So we put Padawan Obi-Wan in there. Right now he's got an offense set. He's at 227. He's at gear 11. I should have held off on that until I did the Forest Moon Assault battle. My bad. We'll get through Challenge Tier 1 of that, no problem. Challenge Tier 2, maybe. Challenge Tier 3, that's gonna be tough to get through this weekend, but we'll find out. And then we'll put in Yoda, who really needs that Zeta, but I can't spare a Zeta right now. His Zeta he needs is Battle Meditation to spread those buffs to everybody. But, because he just gets a bonus turn. Hang on. I can get this Omega. We can give Grandmaster Yoda a bonus turn. That'll be a big deal. Okay. Grandmaster Yoda gets the bonus turn. And then we could throw in Mace Windu as like a tank. Alright, let's see what this is all about. I'm gonna press auto and see what happens. I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm doing it. Let's... There you go, big boy. I kind of want to focus in on Hugspot right now, but let's get the tank out of the way if we can. Almost got him. Can he be a one-man absolute wrecking crew? No. All right, hold on. Let's redo that. That's unfortunate. If Padme was there, that would just work like a charm. Let's try it again. Okay. I can never remember. Dispel all buffs. So let's do that. Then we're gonna get Hux out of here. So we're gonna come off a crew. Remove his turn meter. Now we do this. He spreads them out. Okay. Let's send Padawan Obi-Wan in here. Okay, that didn't do much. Let's get rid of the buffs. AoE. Nice. All in on Hux. We'll take that shot from Sith Trooper and deal with it. Okay, that's good. We lose Qui-Gon, but we expected that because he's not upgraded. So, hold on, let's get through it. Let me not talk yet. Mace is not doing so hot. You're out. Excellent. This. Okay, that bonus turn is nice. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna have to manage Conquest here. I will eventually get Padme on this roster, but right now, I gotta manage it. So that's fine, that's fine. These guys are not Gear 12, by the way. I got a Gear 1, a Gear 11, a Gear 8, a Gear 8, and a Gear 7, and we just beat a Gear 12 team. Will I be able to beat Relics? I don't know, that's a great question. I guess we'll find out as we go. Okay. I didn't get rid of his turn meter. Qui-Gon too slow. Got rid of his turn meter that time. Getting there. Nobody else is getting a turn because of the stupid Rex feeding turn meter over there. Probably that was overkill. Okay, let's do this. Get rid of Rex. Take him out. I think they will. Yeah, he's gone. Now it's one-man time. Ugh. I don't care about Cody. These two have got to go. Come on, guys. There we go. Absolutely. Okay. Now we're down to 80%. It's going to get a little more dicey down here. I'll bet our Phoenix Imperial Troopers will do some punching up for you, too, here. We're going to do it. We're going to have... Yeah, we're going to do... Okay, then we're back to these guys. That's a little too close for comfort. Let's load up the Imperial Troopers and see if we can get out ahead. We did not get out ahead. So Stark is dead. I'm going to put this onto Veers. This doesn't look good at all. Yeah, these troopers aren't punching up here in Conquest. That's not good. We'll try our Phoenix. This is kind of brutal. Hey, man. Would I? Alright. Try here. Now, Rex is going to get the cleanse, and that's a problem. I'm going to try and stun Rex. There we go. Okay, now I can daze him. Although without Rex on another turn coming up. Well, crap nuggets. Eat my poop. Lots of poop references there. Clear that buff. Doesn't really matter. Now Rex cleanses. Now we can daze with... If my Rex gets a turn... Yeah, I got... Well, that kind of tells you how big Padawan Obi-Wan was punching up there. Okay. Gone. Don't care about Cody. Okay. This wasn't pretty. But we're getting stuff done. It's always Phoenix, isn't it? They're so good early on. They're so good all the way through. They're just good. They're just good. Nice. Nice. Excellente, as you might say. Okay, now... Let's put Padawan Obi-Wan back out there. Let's edit this team. I got my Geos too, actually. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can do here. The Geos usually go first. Like I said. Okay, let's get in on you. I'm gonna do this one. That didn't do anything. Wow, that did nothing. Yeah, this is not good. Normal Conquest is kicking my butt, everybody. I need to get a solid Galactic Republic leader in here for Obi-Wan. And get some gear on him too, right? Try our Phoenix. We may have to recharge for this. Side note that I will make. Okay? I know that some would say, this isn't going well, you should stick to easy Conquest. Okay. I think I said earlier, I'm okay with trying something and failing at it. I really am. It does not bother me at all if I have trouble, like maybe just getting the first crate in Conquest. Even like that might be even a struggle with the way it's looking right now. But we're gonna push through because I just don't like going backwards, you know? And by the way, I've already picked normal Conquest, so here we are. So by the time we get to next Conquest, I'll be fully ready to do better there. So, you know, you gotta check it out and see. Maybe this is helping you decide what you want to do in Conquest. I just generally speaking, as a general rule in life and everything, I don't like going backwards when I can go forward. And so I like going forward here, even though it may not be the perfect solution, but my Phoenix are still kicking total butt. Captain Rex is a monster. Captain Rex is an absolute monster. I wonder how far we're gonna get. I'm really curious. Well, once these can't hurt, that's right. Well, if I can get Captain Rex, okay, let's see here. No. Actually, I could be good for my Geos. Be really good for my Geos. No. That's a pretty good one. That's a good one. But Padawan Obi-Wan's an attacker, right? I like that for Captain Rex because he's a support. Let's go look at our characters here. Attacker. But Qui-Gon is a support. So if I did the supports in the others, I'm getting help for Captain Rex, Geobrute Alpha, Admiral Piet, Master Qui-Gon, all my Imperial Troopers, Hera, Chopper, Hoggle, Yoda. Although Yoda's just kind of getting smoked. Okay. But I'm landing a lot of debuffs. That's a good disc. I got 3 choices here. This would help my Geos at the top. Summon an ally, gaining turn meter when they get hit, because that's the brute. Whenever an ally attacks, they gain 2% offense stacking for every debuff in all characters. So if I think about that, we got a lot of debuffs being landed. They could be gaining 10 to 20% offense every time they attack. And that's good for everybody. I'm going to grab this one. It may not be the right decision, but I'm going to grab it. Let's see what happens here. I like that one. We may be run out of juice here. Let's see what happens with let's put our Padawan Obi-Wan in here against Grievous. I don't know if I like this or not with the AoE. Okay, Watt's out, and that's good. There you have it. That's what we were looking for. That's what we were looking for. That was huge. Huge. Now I'm gonna go over here. There we go. Get that Droideka out of there. Droideka. Yes, I don't care how fast you are. There we go. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. If I do say so myself. Pretty darn sweet. All right, what's up next? Well, I'm at 70. Let's try one more time. I don't refresh Conquest energy with my free-to-play and low-level accounts. It just isn't worth it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Do this. Spread them out. Was that? How much damage was that? How much damage was that? I'm gonna watch that. Was that? I need to pay close. Hold on. 108,000. That's what I thought he was doing. Look, Yoda does 9,000. Qui-Gon does 5,000. 91,000. 91,000 bottles of beer on the wall. Whoa, man. That's quite a bit of damage. I don't know if you're aware, but 100,000 is 10 times the damage that 10,000 is. Wow. My boy's doing some work. They like these seppies. He eats these separatists alive. Man, oh man. Padawan, what do we call him? Poby. I'm tempted to inflict stagger 40 times. How about that? Let's mirror this and see what happens. I think I'm running out of juice. Part of it depends on who goes first. I went first. Tra la freaking da. I want Sabine out because she can shoot at me like 57 times in a row. There, she's gone. This. Oh my goodness. As long as we go first. Ezra's the next problem child. And. I gotta do this now. Whoa. Beat down. That was an absolute beatdown. I think we're getting that first crate minimum. Now, you need to get the third crate. The third crate is the better than the red crate in easy. However, who's getting the red crate in easy? I finished easy and I didn't get the red crate. I think I got the gold crate, but this is a problematic. This one's gonna be a problem. This one's gonna be a problem. We'll take 2 shots at this, which is all of our energy. Yeah, they always go first, and then they just start mucking you up, man. Let's get Finn out of here. If we can. That's bad. We're gonna revive Chopper. Chopper! Okay. Okay. Wow. Good God. Good God. I guess we could take 2 more. Ah, Star Killer. There's no way this works, right? 60% against Star Killer? I don't think our Geos will work. They're too low gear. I'm going. I want to find out. That's not a good start. Okay. Let's get in on you. Barris could be... Is Barris ever Zeta? She does. That could be problematic for us. I know I should put on Chopper, but I keep Rex a leg. Get rid of that critical hit immunity buff. Let's get her out of here. That's not working. This is where Barris is a problem for low gear characters, because see, she's recovering too much health every time I hit her. Can I get rid of Barris instead of that? I can't get through this team at 60%. Well, there was a step. Hold on. Armor shred. That wasn't good. That's also not good. Let's get this over on Chopper. One more shot, man. One more shot. Why did Vader do that, by the way? Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold on. Ah! I didn't land exposed there. I don't know, I feel like if I'm 100%, I'll be able to beat this. If I'm at 100%, I think I can beat that. Let's check out Padawan Obi-Wan and see what happens. As I mentioned, I'm not refreshing energy, so it's not going to kill me to use all this energy. Let's see what happens. I don't think this works either. In fact, I'm very sure this is not going to work. But with him doing 500 million damage every time, that's not good. All right, I feel good about Phoenix doing this if they're at 100%. So that's where I'll be going tomorrow. But that's going to be the end of our journey here today. Kind of an impressive little journey it was, considering how low gear my teams are beating these Gear 12. Well, hang on. No, that's it. Okay. I mean, my low gear guys are doing some work here. So Padawan Obi-Wan paying immediate dividends. If I get to this crate, I'll be happy. I'd love to get to this crate. And and I would kill small furry animals to get to. I would kill porgs to get to this crate. I would eat a porg. I would eat a porg to get to this crate. So we'll see what happens. I will continue to fill you in. I'll let you know exactly where we stand on this account with next week's update. Next week's update, if I do it on Wednesday, we'll show you exactly where we stand on this account in Conquest. You'll get a good idea of where we got with the crate. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Once again, I will talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.